Greetings, everybody. This is Harmony speaking. Whoops, didn't mean to have my email in the background, but anyway. Um, I'm going to just make this a short and sweet video because I know there's going to be a lot of naysayers and they're going to say it's hallucinating and it's kind of like clouds, how you see pictures in the clouds and whatnot. So we're just going to make this a brief video. I have surveillance cameras, and last night I have many surveillance cameras, and last night only one of them went out, and this is the outside surveillance camera going to my parking lot. Hopefully, you can see my cursor here. This is anyway. My outside camera got knocked offline. For those of you who know, it's really basic technology. It's pretty easy to knock a camera offline. What's a little bit interesting is this camera is actually hardwired into the internet as well, so it's usually very difficult to knock offline, but there is technology that can knock off cell phones. I mean, you know this, the president has that vehicle behind him to kill all the cell phones in the neighborhood, in the area. You can knock out people's cameras. You can knock out Wi-Fi. This is not like some kind of weird conspiracy technology. So technology does exist to knock cameras out. So what was interesting is only one of my cameras got knocked out last night. So I went to investigate what had happened, and actually, what was you can see it says here connecting. It's trying to get reconnected back, and so while I was trying to get reconnected back, it actually was able to store one snapshot on my SD card. So I pulled out the SD card, and this is what I got. So basically, what you can see here is it's really grainy and everything because again, technology is being used to knock out my camera, and so everything's turning grainy. So I apologize, it's grainy. Plus, I'd have this dramatically blown up if I took just a small. Actually, the whole shot goes from here to here to here. It's actually a really wide camera. So I just took a close up of it, and then I just did a screenshot from my camera. But basically, this is a car headlight, and this is the hood of a car. It is an SUV car, so it's an SUV. So basically, so from and this is the windshield, so you can get an idea that this guy is I don't know, maybe 4 feet tall. But you can kind of see he's got sneakers here. He's got a sweatsuit on. You can even see his sweatsuit's a little bit baggy. He has a green top. You can see his arm. He has his hand in his pocket. And here you can see his. It's kind of hard to see his eyes, his nose. It's pretty grainy in his hair. And actually, the light outside my house is casting a shadow onto this device he's looking at. You can see it's similar to a cell phone, but it's kind of thicker and it's got a round thing on top. So it's actually it's off-world technology basically from his home world. So this is a being from this is you're looking at an alien from another world holding up a device and he's watching things. And so there's him, and then behind him, you can see this guy. You can see his eyes are right there. Here's his other eye. Here's his nose. He has a mouth. Looks like he has a chin beard. Has a rather high hairline. You can see his hair. His ears are rather high. He's got a pretty good sized neck. He's wearing a black T-shirt. You can see where the T-shirt cuts off. You can see his arms, and he is taller than the vehicle. I'm sure some people will just say, "Hey, there's two people standing outside." Okay, well, it's kind of an odd pair, you know. This guy's a freaking giant. The top of the car is somewhere here, and he's a rather large man, and this guy's a rather short guy holding up a thing, and it's not normal for. And this is three. Well, this is this is 12:29 a.m. is when it was taken. Um, Actually, I think this was more at 3 in the morning. This is not the camera stamp, by the way. That's not I think this is like around 3 in the morning. And then this is even more iffy. This is a headlight, but it almost, this is the headlight of a car, but it almost looks like there could be a guy standing there, but I don't know. But basically, you can clearly see a couple guys, and I've seen this species many, 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 many times. They're actually tourists, believe it or not. Tourists from other places come here as tourists to check things out. and I have activity going on. They're actually looking out towards my front door in the hill, and there's some folks out there too. So you can kind of tell they're looking in that direction. They're not even looking at my house at this moment. They're looking at the other aliens that are outside my front door. And so anyway, it's really hard to catch these people. If you were to if you were actually standing outside with the naked eye and looking at them, they would be nearly impossible to see. They're very, very, very difficult to see with the naked eye because they're aliens and they have a different vibrational frequency. It's kind of like, can you see light? No. Can you see radio waves going through the air? Can you see the phone? There's a lot of things that exist you can't see. So they're at a different vibrational frequency that are it's very difficult for the human eye to pick up. They're in that spectrum. But cameras, due to the fact that cameras are made out of crystal lenses, it's a lot much easier to pick them up through a camera. These beings that walk amongst us and cruise around. But this guy is actually a tourist, and they're on a tourist tour. And this is his guide or bodyguard protecting the tourists. And this guy's, I guess you'd say in human terms, he's a millionaire on vacation, checking things out. Because I am Harmony and the involvement I've done and the things I've done and yada yada yada. Tourists are interested in checking me out. Kind of interesting. Plus, because all the activity I got going on in my house, it's interesting to tourists. So this guy's actually just a tourist, just on a vacation basically, and this is his guide. Kind of like how humans take a safari and they go out into the wild and they go watch whatever lions and stuff. People go on safaris and just like humans do it, aliens do it too. So here we are catching an alien tourist outside my home with his guide. And there you go. I don't care if you think I'm crazy, if you think it's hallucinating or whatever, or if you just think there's two people standing at my house. And this is three in the. I think it's actually about 3:20 in the morning. I work late, so three in the morning to me is like 10 o'clock to most people. I work a night shift. So yeah, there's nobody out here. And yeah, so yeah, I looked outside and so, there's no human beings standing outside my house at 3:20 in the morning, especially like this. Like who the heck's gonna be standing on my grass like this? And I mean, it's not gonna happen. So it's anyway. Anyway, I just thought I share that with you folks. Found it interesting. And until next time, God bless everybody. Peace and be well.